Morning to all. So, how's your day now? How was your day? Fine. Or you feel happy or you feel blessed to present today? Yes, everybody, or you feel blessed? Each and every day you should feel happy and you should feel blessed. So what I have learned here is every day, every moment and every single second you should feel you are blessed. You should feel you are very happy because each and every second passes, right? We can't take back the second, right? So happiness is also there. So always think that wherever you go, wherever you are, think that always you should be happy. At the same time you should be gratitude. So what is gratitude? Thankful. So always, whatever may be, you should be thankful and happy. This, I think sir had told you that happiness is our yeah. So happiness is our birthright. Don't give up the happiness to anybody. It's your own right, right? So don't give up that happiness to everyone. Right, before getting to the topic, I just want to share my heartfelt gratitude to sir and madam for again prospecting me on this great occasion, which I never expect that I would repeat it again. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much, sir. So, okay, before getting to the topic, I just want to know how many of you are with self-confidence, self-motivation, and self-discipline. May I raise your hands? How many of you are having your self-confidence with you? I want everybody to rise. See, everybody raised? So, thank you so much. Please be down. So, I want everybody to be self-confident and self-motivated and self-belief, because as you are Christhurajan, right? So as you are Christhurajan, you should have self-confidence, self-motivation and self-belief. So don't give up these three qualities to anyone else. Okay? So wherever you go, you take these qualities along with you. Okay? Okay. So now getting to the topic. So I'm here to tell you that both self-confidence, self-motivation and self-belief are so much interrelated in my life. I don't separate these as this important or that will be important. I just want to tell you that these three things are most important in my life, and these three things make my life even more beautiful. Okay, so may I tell with some incidents so that we will be easy to catch up what self-confidence works and how that self-belief works and how that self-discipline works. Okay. So first, when I am studying 9th standard, right? So when I am studying 9th standard here, sir had taken us to the room, the opposite room of office room. We used to had a video. So sir had talked us about projecting and video. That video was about a girl from Pakistan. I think many of you might guess her. Who was a girl from Pakistan. Now she was very successful in her life and she was one of the important motivational speaker in the society. Okay, other than that, a girl from Pakistan who was so much example for the self-confidence, self-motivation and self-belief. I was telling these qualities are so important to her. May you guess? The girl from Pakistan, she was so much with this self-confidence that made her. Other than that, no. I think அதாவது போன தடவை லாஸ்ட் சாட்டர்டே தமிழ் ஸ்பீச் பேசினாங்கல்ல, அதில் ஒரு ஆள் வந்து அவங்கள பற்றி பேசினாங்க. Who is that? I want, yeah, right. So, why I'm telling her is, when I'm studying 9th standard, I still remember those incidents when I'm sitting in the room, the projector was on, sir was standing, that I still now I can able to picturize those moments, because that one video which teach me how to be self-motivated. Right? That was the first video that made myself to be more self-motivated. Can anyone know her stories? Can you hear about her story? Yes? So, who was a girl who met with an accident and she had her physical disability. I think that disability she was taking us differently abled. So she was the one that I admired her so much, and at that moment I know that what self-confidence is. At that moment I know what self-motivation would be. Okay, so even though she has an disabilities, she was stood stand for herself, right? So I want everyone to watch that video today. I want everyone to be watch that video today in YouTube. I think most of you use your mobile phones, right? So I want everyone, because we used to watch that video because of her sir. So he was only showing that kind of video to us. So I want everyone to see that video because she is different from everyone. Her confidence is different from anyone. Her motivation is different from anyone. Okay, so I want everyone to watch that video in YouTube. Her talk in TEDx talk. Okay, so she gave one talk in the TEDx. Okay, so I just want to share my own experience to you. Okay, so நம்ம ஸ்கூல்ல செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ், செல்ஃப் மோட்டிவேஷன், செல்ஃப் பிலீஃப் என்னோட லைஃப்ல எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் நான் ஃபீல் பண்ணேன், என்னோட லைஃப்ல எங்கெங்கெல்லாம் அது ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆச்சு, அதனால மட்டும்தான் ஐ எம் ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஹியர் இன் ஃப்ரண்ட் ஆஃப் யூ ஆல் நவ். ஓகே, ஸோ இப்போ நான் சொல்கிறப்ப நீங்கள் கேட்டுட்டு இருப்பீங்க, ஐ எம் டேம் ஷோர் தட் ஒன்ஸ் யூ மூவிங் அவுட் ஆஃப் திஸ் பிளேஸ் யூ கேம் டு நோ ஹவ் கிரேட்ஃபுல் யூ ஆர், யூ கேம் டு நோ ஹவ் பிளெஸ்ட் யூ ஆர் தட். ஓகே, ஸோ என்னோட லைஃப்பில் செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் அண்ட் செல்ஃப் மோட்டிவேஷன், செல்ஃப் பிலீஃப் வந்து எப்படிலாம் நான் ரெகக்னைஸ் பண்ணேன் அப்படின்றத ஐ வாண்ட் டு ஷேர் வித் யூ ஆல் டுடே. ஸோ when I am studying in my college, when I am studying my college, I was thinking that how I was different from everyone. What is the major quality that describes me even more one step forward? So I was thinking really, which was a different character in me? So how was I am different from everyone? Which makes me a point away from everyone? So one day when we had a parents teacher meeting, right? So you will be having the parents teacher meeting. So the same way I used to have the parents teacher meeting during my college. So at that time my professors what reported to my parents is, they reported that she wasn't such a disciplined guy. Even though I was an educated, even though I have been studying, the first thing what they was told to my parents is what? Self-discipline. So even you are studying, the first character which society notice you is self-discipline. So self-discipline is so much important. So my professor talked me to my parents that you have brought up your child very well. So my professor did. At that moment I thought that not just my family brought me like this, it was the place where I am standing in front of you all, and this place makes my self-confidence. Without my knowledge, self-confidence and self-discipline was blended in my gene. So because more than half of my life I have spent here. So more than half of my years I have spent here. So at that moment I came to know that this is the place where I have gained my self discipline. நான் ரொம்ப யோசிச்சிட்டேன், எல்லாருமே வந்து டிசிப்ளின் தானே இருப்பாங்க, இதில் என்ன டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இருக்குது? பட் when I moving out of this situation surrounding, இந்த இருந்து வெளியில் போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சிச்சு நம்ம வந்து so much different from others. So you don't believe, I mean here now, you will be definitely believed when you are going out of this surrounding. Okay, so அப்போ வந்து என்னோட டீச்சர்ஸ் என்ன சொன்னாங்கன்னா, நீங்கள் வந்து நல்லா வந்து டிசிப்ளின்டாக வந்து ப்ராட் அப் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க சொன்னாங்க. ஸோ அந்த மொமெண்ட் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சிச்சு செல்ஃப் டிசிப்ளின்றது என்னோட ஸ்கூல்லேருந்து என்னோட சைல்ட்ஹுட்லேருந்து எப்படி வந்து என்னை ப்ராட் அப் பண்ணியிருக்கு அப்படின்றது. ஸோ செல்ஃப் டிசிப்ளின்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஐ ப்ரிஃபர், ஏன்னா ஈவன் தோ நான் எஜுகேட்டடாக இருந்தாலும், ஈவன் தோ மார்க் இருந்தாலும், my self-discipline talks to me about my education. Whenever I go back to my college, even though maybe last week when I going to my college, they used to notify me just like she was a disciplined girl. That's all. They didn't see my marks, they didn't see my education, they didn't see me. After that maybe the education speaks, but the first one which brings you close to the society is the self-discipline. Okay, so and about self, are you clarified with your self-discipline, how it works in my life? So self-discipline is more important rather than your education. Education is also important. So comparing to the education, I feel in my own life, self-discipline makes me different from others. So I just want to be different from others always. Okay. So next, regarding my self-confidence, I want to share one thing to all. I think already I have shared you during my last talk. So what else I want to share with you is when I am facing my 12th grade. So when I am facing my 12th grade result, I am sure that I was expecting more marks. But unfortunately, the universe gave me the results which I never expected. Okay, so that makes my life so dull. That 3 days I didn't eat. That 3 days I didn't speak to anyone in my family, and that 3 days I feel so low about myself. So at that moment, some sparks happened in my life. I think I was so dull for nearly 3 days. So I think these continued this myself and nearly for 3 days. And after that, the 4th day, I think sir had sown so many seeds in our life, you know, so many things had sir been, without knowing yourself, sir had been sowing the seeds regularly, consistently, but you may not know now. You may know in future. So that seed starts to bloom in that day. Okay, so at that moment, I just talked to myself. The 3 days I was no dull, no. So after that day, I just talked to myself that your marks are not define yourself. Your marks are not going to define, or your mark not going to give definition of your life. So don't get don't get yourself down, not get your self-confidence low, not just by seeing your marks. So marks are just byproducts. This was a sentence was used by sir again and again, which make me to thought on that day. I remember that sir used to tell. So right, the marks are not just one which defines you. So marks are just byproduct of your education, right? That also need, but it's not most important to lead a successful life. So education is need, but when you are not expecting the what you receive, so be confident. The universe will give you more than that. So on that day, I remember that, okay, we are not getting the marks what we expecting. So that means universe is going to give you something better than this. So which means I waited. Okay, I didn't have marks, I didn't have any cutoff, I didn't have money with my hand, I just have only self-confidence with my hand. That made me to follow up my career, and that made my step forward to my next career in college life. I just had my self-confidence, I just had the words of the sir, I just repeat in myself, I just talk to myself. So please be everyone talk to yourself every day, which also going to give a superful confidence to yourself. Okay, so I talked on that day and I motivated myself on that day. I motivated me that okay, let's be happen, everything happens for a reason. So don't be quite dull, don't waste your beautiful time. So we having beautiful time, no? So we should not waste each and every second by feeling discomfort or feeling low. So each and every second is so beautiful, which can't come back again if we realize. So use the seconds properly and make each every second to be happy. That's how I want you to start my section with. I want everybody to happy. ஸோ அதாவது நம்ம திருப்பி பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா நம்ம சந்தோஷமாக இருந்த நாட்கள் இருக்கணும், அதுதான் லைஃப். ஓகே, ஸோ எப்போவுமே நம்மளுடைய ஹாப்பினஸை யாருக்காகவும் எந்த சூழ்நிலையுமே, என்ன அப்டக்கிள் வந்தாலுமே, எந்த ஹடில் வந்தாலுமே ஹாப்பினஸ்ன்றதை நம்ம விடக்கூடாது. ஓகே, ஈவன் தோ வென் யூ ஆர் ஃபேஸிங் அப்டக்கிள், ஸோ உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் வருதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நீங்கள் என்ன நினைக்கணும்? யூ ஷுட் பி ஹாப்பி ஃபர்ஸ்ட். இப்போ வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து if you are facing some problem, if you are facing some obstacle, maybe any of your exam or anything, some of the obstacle God is going to giving you. So first moment you should be happy for that, because if you are facing the obstacle, the soon you will be going to face the beautiful moment of your life, beautiful success are going to wait for you. So அப்போ நான் நினச்சேன் என்னோட 12th grade obstacle நான் செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸோட இருந்தனால தான் when I am facing my college life with the same self confidence, the universe had gifted me with that recognition, some kind of recognition universe had given me, right? That's a small step for the throughout my life so far I have worked. ஸோ செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் அப்படின்றது என்னோட லைஃப்பில் நான் எங்கே ரியலைஸ் பண்ணேன்னா என்னோட 12th கிரேடில். செல்ஃப் மோட்டிவேஷன் அப்படின்றது நான் எப்போ ரியலைஸ் பண்ணேன் அப்படின்னா என்னோட 12th கிரேட். ஸோ என்னோட செல்ஃப் டிசிப்ளின் அப்படின்றது ஐ வாண்ட் டு ரீஅஷூர் தட் மை செல்ஃப் டிசிப்ளின் அப்படின்றது காலேஜுக்கு போகும்போது தான் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு ஹவு ஐ எம் செல்ஃப் டிசிப்ளின்ட் அப்படின்றது, ஹவு செல்ஃப் டிசிப்ளின் வந்து அதிகமாக ஒர்க் பண்ணும் அப்படின்றது தெரிஞ்சு. அண்ட் செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் அண்ட் செல்ஃப் மோட்டிவேஷன்றது வேர் ஐ எம் சீயிங் இஸ் டியூரிங் மை 12th grade that had drastically stand me to here now, which was given by those sirs words. Okay, so I want everybody to be more self-confidence because I am sharing my own experience. So I want to share my own experience because that is more reality, because I am so strong that because I have experienced, so that I want to share with you all those things should be working. So now I want to have an interaction with you all. I just want anybody in front of me and just you have to self-introduce yourself in a different way. I just want anybody to self-introduce yourself in a different way, just 2 to 3 seconds. Okay? Can you raise up your hands who is ready now? I am asking you that I want somebody to self-introduce yourself in a different way, just 2 to 3 seconds. I want somebody. Please raise up your hands. Just raise up your hands. I want somebody to raise up your hands. Rise up. You are here with self-confidence. I think everyone has that. I just wanted somebody. I need only to. I just need somebody to self-introduce. I'm just asking to self-introduce. No, you have the answers. You have the answers. Just give big round of applause to her. Thank you, dear. Please be seated. I just checking your self-confidence. In early no, I just ask you a question, how many of you are self-confidence, right? I just asked you the question, no, how many of you feel that you have self-confidence with you? Everyone raised no. Then why no one stand up? Except her. See, when you are feeling that you have facing the self-confidence, you should stand up for yourself first. Okay, so this is the place you can use properly, and opportunities are waiting, opportunities are calling you, which makes you to more successful in life. நீங்க வந்து இதுல appreciate பண்றீங்க, loss பண்றீங்க, win பண்றீங்க, அதெல்லாம் வந்து it doesn't matter. You first stood up for yourself. நீங்க எல்லாரும் கை தூக்குனீங்க தான கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ்க்கு. I asked about just self-introduce yourself. The answers are within you. உங்ககிட்ட தானே ஆன்சர்ஸ்லாம் இருக்குது. ஆன்சர்ஸ் எதுவும் ரெஃபர் பண்ணணுமா? இல்லை. ஸோ எவ்ரி ஒன் கேன் ஆன்சர் நோ. ஸோ வாட் ஐம் ட்ரைங் டு டெல் யூ இஸ் த ரியல் செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் எக்ஸிஸ்ட் வித்தவுட் அன் எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன். ஸோ எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷனே இல்லாமல் எந்த சூழ்நிலையிலையும் எந்த சுச்சுவேஷன்லையும் எப்போ யாரோட செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் அதிகமாக இருக்கோ தட்ஸ் அ ரியல் செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ். ஸோ ஒரு இதுக்கு ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிவிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம போய் இது பண்ணுறதுக்கு தட்ஸ் அ குவைட் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ். வாட் ஐ எம் ட்ரைங் டு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் யூ இஸ் சுச்சுவேஷன் இட்ஸ் நாட் சேம். இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற மாதிரி சுச்சுவேஷன் இருக்காது. ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலாக the situation says day by day. So your self confidence also be ready at any situation. Your self confidence also be attention. You should be also be attention to lead your life. Okay. So now I want, how many of you are ready to introduce yourself? Now I want to know how many of you are ready to introduce yourself. I just want to know how many of you are interested to. I just want to know, don't speak. I just want to know how many of you are now ready to introduce yourself. Everyone has an answer, right? Does anybody don't know the answer? Everybody knows about yourself, no? So then why? So what I am trying to tell you is always be self-confidence at, please put on your hands, thank you so much. So always be more situation எப்படி வேணா மாறலாம், அதுதான் நான் சொல்ல வரேன். செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் எல்லாருக்குமே இருக்குன்னு நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறீங்க, பட் no one stands no. So that what I needs. So question வந்து இப்போ she will be appreciated without introducing herself. Did she introduce herself? No, but she get appreciation, no? Then how? So without getting without getting either loss or something, you should be appreciated just by your self confidence. So அவங்க வந்து நல்லா சொன்னாங்களா நல்லா சொல்லலையா அப்படின்றதுலாம் I just appreciate her for her self confidence. So what I am trying to tell you is self confidence should be exist wherever. நீங்க என்ன திடீர்னு கூப்பிட்டாங்க எப்படி சொல்றது அப்படின்னு பயந்தானே? Yes, you feel I'm not prepared. So self confidence doesn't need preparation. Okay, so self confidence doesn't need any preparation. You should be confident at wherever you goes, at wherever the situation changes, and wherever the next seconds will bring you. Okay, so I just want everybody to be self motivated, and I just want everybody to have self confidence at each and every moment of your life. So self confidence inga prepare ஆகணுமா அப்படிலாம் இல்ல prepare ஆகணுமா self confidence க்கு everyone has no. So situation enada marnalum everyone should have the self confidence and have to self motivate yourself. If she stands means she motivated herself daily, and so she was standing now. So நீங்க எல்லாம் வந்து உங்களோட self motivation பண்றீங்களா இல்லையா? Yeah, then stand up for yourself. Okay, so hereafter you should be stand up for yourself, because I didn't stand up in my school also, just like you also. I didn't stand up for anything. Usually this was my first talk, second talk in school. When I was stating, இப்போ நீங்க ஸ்பீச்லாம் பண்றீங்கல்ல, இப்போ பண்ண போறீங்கல்ல, அந்த மாதிரிலாம் we didn't have. Okay, so after that only we used to have that self confidence and self belief. Na இப்போ எங்களுக்கு ஒர்க் ஆகிறது தெரியுது without that speech. இப்போ நீங்க ஸ்பீச் பண்ணி நல்லா இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, then you can confidently raise up your hands for everything. Okay, so I think my own experience regarding the self motivation and regarding the self discipline, all those starts from the place where I have started my life. So inga da my life வந்து ஸ்டார்ட் ஆச்சு. Right from LKG till 10th standard I have started shared my life with this institution, and 11th and 12th வந்து நான் படிக்கிறப்ப இல்ல, so I just moved on. So என்னோட 12 years of life வந்து என்னோட 12 years of life ஓட teachings, என்னோட thoughts, என்னோட characters எல்லாமே, everything was the reason of the Christhuraja school. Wherever I go, in Apsa college also, wherever I go, they used to call which school? Christhuraja. Wow, beautiful Christhuraja. So that's what they did. So then I used to know that how blessed we are, and how blessed we are to be the student of our sir. Okay, so always feel blessed, always have your self confidence. இப்போ உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது self confidence எப்படி work பண்ணுதுன்னு. I am damn sure that when you are moving out, self confidence இப்போ சார் சொல்றது எல்லாமே உங்களோட மைண்ட்ல இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? ஸோ உங்களோட நாலேஜ் இல்லாம ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலாக gets into your mind and gets into your thought. But one day you will amazed that how beautiful you are. Okay, so இப்போ உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. I am damn sure உங்களுக்கு வந்து when you are moving out of this surrounding, you will able to know that. Okay, so I want to share one real story which makes me to admired so much, which has that self confidence, self motivation and self discipline. So the man who had started his career 50 years back with a small educational institution with a small scale members, and now day by day he has increased her confidence. Day by day he has motivated himself, and day by day he had believed the God, and day by day he had improved herself of better version of himself. And now the wherever he goes, he has a self confidence, right? And also the whoever he make contact with him also he wants to be self motivated. So now he was the person with the whole kingdom, and he was none other than our sir. I see he was one which has a self confidence and self motivation and self belief. So everyone knows, no? So starting எப்படி சார் வந்து ஒரு டியூஷன்ல ஆரம்பிச்சு இப்போ he was build of his own kingdom, right? It was like kingdom. So he was standing as a king and made everyone to be successful. That's a real success of himself. So எல்லாரையுமே சக்சஸ்ஃபுல்லா மாத்துறது தான் ஒரு இண்டிவிஜுவலோட important success, what I feel. If you are a success, that is different. When you are be the part of others' success, it might different from others. So I see that sirs as a role model for myself always. Wherever I go, I used to talk about him, and wherever I go, I used to tell that my school had taught me so much, my school had taught me so much, but I didn't explore on that day. But I now realize how it have changed my life and how it have made different me from others. Okay, so I think everyone had a self-confidence, self-belief, self-discipline. Everyone has, right? I just want anyone to introduce now. Come. Oh, so much have introduced, right? Come, very good. Anyone can come.
I am K. Elfina. I am studying 8th standard in the school, and I want to stand like you, ma'am. In future, I want to stand like her and give a speech to all of you. That's my goal.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dear. So this is what I want. Always stood up for yourself. So நீங்க உங்களை வந்து மோட்டிவேட் பண்ணனா வேற யார் மோட்டிவேட் பண்ணுவா? Right? So always stood up for yourself. Unless you motivate yourself, your success won't serve. Okay, you can see motivational video, you can see motivational talks, you can hear a motivational speech. Unless you motivate yourself, your success are far away from you. Okay, so please be enthusiastic always. And I want to conclude my talk with the beautiful sentence I like most. Motivation is the one which gets you started. Okay, so motivation is the one which gets you just started, and confidence is the one that makes you going far away, and self-discipline is the one which makes these two hold tightly and makes your success. So these things are so much interrelated. I never want to separate these things. I just want to see these things equally in my life. That only because of that equally made me to stand in front of you. So self-motivation is just what you get started, and self-confidence is what makes you to going continuously, and self-discipline is the one which acts as a glue. Glue means which act as a paste or stick which hold together to maintain your success, to maintain your individual different from others. Okay, so these are the 3 lines I remember always. So unfortunately these are the 3 topics that I used to talk now. So self-motivation is the one which gets you started, self-confidence is the one which gets you going, and self-discipline is the one which held these 2 things tightly together to achieve your success. So thank you so much for your guidance. I just waiting to see your speech, and thank you so much.
I hope all of you have this feeling now. You are feeling as if your own sister is talking to you. Is it not? உன் கூட பிறந்த அக்கா வந்து இங்க வந்து உன்கிட்ட நேரடியாக பேசுன மாதிரி இருக்குது இல்லையா? இல்லையா? Really great. அதுக்காக தான் கூப்பிட்டது. Okay. So really great. She has given a very good introduction. அப்படி ரசிச்சுட்டே இருந்தேன் நான் சார் வந்து. உங்களை மாதிரி ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸ் உருவாக்கிட்டு இருக்கு இல்லையா? மாதிரி பின்னால் நீ இதே மாதிரி கெஸ்ட்டாக வந்து நீ பேசணும் எப்படி இருக்கு எனக்கு சாருக்கு அது மாதிரி அவ்வளோ மகிழ்ச்சியாக இருக்குது எனக்கு. ஓகே, ரியலி ஐ எம் வெரி ஹாப்பி.